What if your friends find out? They will stop talking to you, won't they?
Oh no! I am so clever. They won't find out ever.
Let me tell you the story of another clever boy called Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer lived with his Aunt Polly
family.
and half-brother Sid. He was an extremely clever boy who loved mischief. But Tom also had a very good luck, which always helped him get away with the mischief he did. That is not nice, Tofu. What if your friends find out? Aunt Polly they will stop talking to you, won't they? Tom?
Oh no!
Tom, where
I'm
are
so
you?
clever. They won't find out ever.
Let me tell you the story of another clever boy called Tom Sawyer. She looked outside in the yard. Inside in the house and the kitchen, Sawyer lived with his Aunt Polly. She looked in her room too. But he was nowhere. Sid. She went back to his room. He was an extremely clever boy who loved mischief. Stop hiding and come out now. But there was no answer. Also had a very good luck, suddenly, which Aunt always helped him get away with the mischief under Tom's bed. She thought it was Tom. She bent one day and his Aunt Polly the bed looking for him. A cat that Tom had hidden there sprung out at Aunt Polly. Surprised looking at this, she shouted, "Oh dear! Where did Tom get the cat? Wait till I find that boy!" She looked outside in the yard. Just as Aunt Polly was shooing the cat out of the window, she felt someone behind her inside in the house and the kitchen trying to escape from the room. She looked in her room too, but he was nowhere. He had been hiding in the cupboard. She went back to his room and called to him. Aunt Polly caught him by the collar. "Stop hiding, Tom, and come out now. What were you doing hiding in the cupboard?" But there was no answer. "You ate all the jam, didn't you?" Suddenly, Aunt Polly saw something move under Tom's bed. It must have been Sid. It was Tom. "Don't you lie to me, young man!" and swiftly pulled the bed all over your face. A cat that quickly tried to wipe his face, but it was too late. "Today I am looking at this," she shouted. "You have become too mischievous. Where did Tom get the cat? Wait till I find that boy behind you." Aunt Polly turned to see, but there was no one. Polly was shooing the cat one of out Tom's of the tricks. She felt someone behind her. And this time, he used it to get away from Aunt Polly from the room. Because when she turned around again, he wasn't there. He had been hiding in the cupboard. Boy! One of these days I am going to punish him. Polly caught him by the collar. Was so happy with himself for fooling What Aunt were you Polly doing hiding in the cupboard? That he decided you to take the day off from school. No, Aunt Polly. I haven't even touched the jam. It must have been Sid. Don't you lie to me, young man. He went to the river. I can see the jam bathed all over your face. Tom quickly tried to wipe his face, but it was too late. "Today I am going to beat you with a stick at lunchtime." You have become He went into a nearby farm. "Aunt Polly, look behind you." Aunt Polly turned to see, ran out of there with the owner chasing one of Tom's tricks. Just as he was running, and this time he used it to get away from Aunt Polly's wet hair and clothes. Because when she turned around again, and he wasn't there. That Tom hadn't gone to school. One of these days I am going to punish him. Tom was so happy with himself for fooling Aunt Polly when Tom reached home that he decided to take the day off from school. Aunt Polly was waiting for him and she was angry. Tom understood that Sid had told her everything. Instead, he went to the river and bathed in it.
No, Aunt Polly. Sid is lying.
How did you know Sid said anything to me?
Well,
At lunchtime,
for once,
he went into a nearby farm. Into trouble. He had no answer for Aunt Polly's question. Stole fruits from there and ran out of there with the owner chasing behind him. School. You will just not as he was running anywhere. He bumped into Sid. You will whitewash the Tom's wet hair and clothes
the entire
and the fruits in his hands and understood that Tom hadn't gone to school, but he didn't say anything. Tom had no choice. He couldn't argue with Aunt Polly when he didn't want to make her angrier. But he was angry waiting for him. The fence would take up his whole Saturday. Tom understood that he went into the yard and kicked at the dust. Tom, did you skip school again? Just then,
no, Aunt Polly.
Sid is lying. How did you know Sid said anything to me? He quickly made a mud ball and Aunt Polly's question.
Why did you have to tell anything to Aunt Polly?
Tomorrow is Saturday. Tom flung a few more mud balls at Sid. You will not go jumped over the fence and ran away. You will whitewash the fence. He knew. He was already punished, so nothing worse could happen now. The entire fence. That is your punishment. When Tom came down for breakfast, no choice. He was greeted with a pail of paint and paintbrushes. He didn't want to make her angrier, but he was angry too. Aunt Polly had the fence would take up his whole Saturday. He went into the yard, ate his breakfast, and went into the yard to whitewash the fence. Just then, he saw Sid coming in. He quickly made a mud ball and swung it at him.
Stop!
Painstakingly, he finished a bit of it.
Why did you have to tell anything to Aunt
Joe
Polly?
Came up to him. Tom flung a few more mud balls at Sid.
Why are you working on a Saturday
jumped
morning?
over the fence and ran away.
Who said anything about working?
He knew.
Well,
he was already punished,
the
so nothing worse could happen now.
I am doing it because it is art.
Next morning, when Tom came down for breakfast, he was greeted with a pail of paint and paintbrushes.
Is it fun? Oh yes, it is. Why else would I do
Polly
it?
had been serious about his punishment. Thought about it. So Tom ate his breakfast and went into the yard to whitewash anything that wasn't fun. He asked Tom if he could also try it. Tom agreed to let Joe do only a small portion of it in exchange of 3 marbles. Painstakingly, he finished a bit of it. Joe thought 3 marbles was when his friend Joe came up to him. Hey Tom, he wanted to try.
Why are you working on a Saturday morning? Working? Who said anything about working? Well, why are you painting the fence then?
I am doing it because it is a little while later. Their friend Joe came.
Well,
he saw Tom resting
but I have
under
never
the tree
done it.
and
Is
Joe
it fun?
painting the fence.
Oh yes, it is. Why else would I do it? What are you doing,
Joe
Joe?
thought about it. It is art. I paid
It
Tom
was true.
3 marbles
Tom
to
said
let me
he
do it. Would never do anything that
marbles?
wasn't fun. He
Isn't
asked
that
Tom if he could also try it.
Very good.
Jim dashed to Tom immediately to let Joe do it in only a small portion of fish in exchange of 3 marbles. He too could whitewash the fence. Joe thought Tom feigned some reluctance too much, but agreed. He wanted to try it went on. Other friends of Tom came and believed that painting the fence was fun. A little while later, their friend Jim paid Tom in collector's cards. He saw Tom resting under the tree get a chance to paint the fence. He went to Joe. By noon, the entire fence was painted, and Tom was a rich boy.
3 marbles to let me do it. 3 marbles?
He hid his treasures and went to his
Isn't
aunt.
that good?
Yes,
Very good.
Jim dashed to Tom immediately and asked
It's
if in
done.
exchange
What?
of his fish book,
Unbelievable.
he too
Let me
could
see.
whitewash the fence. Aunt
Tom
Polly
feigned
took
some
Tom with her
reluctance.
to see the fence, but agreed. And so it went
Indeed.
on. It was done. And it was done very nicely. Other friends of Tom came and believed that painting the fence
How
was
did he
fun.
do it?
Anyway, his punishment
They
is
paid
over.
Tom
in collector's cards,
Now I will have
candies,
to let him
and even
go.
a catapult to get a chance
I
to
hope
paint
he
the
does
fence.
not
Create more mischief. But as always, by noon, the entire fence
When
was
Aunt
painted,
Polly turned
and
around
Tom
to tell
was
Tom
a rich boy
that his
punishment was over. He was already gone. He hid his treasures and went to his aunt. The next day was Sunday.
It's done.
And Tom went to
What?
Sunday school.
Unbelievable. Let me see.
Aunt
When he
Polly
reached
took
there,
Tom with
he
her
saw
to
a
see
new
the
girl.
fence. And
Indeed,
was smitten
it was
by
done.
her. And it was
He
done
desperately
very
wanted to
nicely.
impress
her. He thought of a way he could prove himself
How
better
did he
than
do
the
it?
other boys. Anyway, his punishment is over.
He
went to one of the smartest boys in
Now
the
I will
class.
have
to let him go. I hope he does not create more mischief. And bought from him, but as all his yellow tickets in exchange of
When
the treasure,
Aunt Polly
he
turned
had
around
earned from
to
his
tell
friends
Tom
yesterday that his punishment was over. He was already
yellow
gone. Tickets were awarded only to those boys who had learned all the verses of the Bible. The next day was
Usually,
Sunday. Only older boys
and
were
Tom
able to
went
get
to
the
yellow
Sunday
tickets.
school. When you had enough yellow tickets, you could exchange them
When he
for
reached
a Bible. He saw a new girl. The minister asked the class,
Does anyone have